welcome to another edition of the ABA Coffee in the Park. My name is Cam Milliken, and I am here with my co-host extraordinaire, Jennifer Herrick. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Cam. How was your weekend?
Weekends are good, but you need like another 3 days after a weekend. You know what I mean? Like I need
agree.
a weekend and then a weekend.
It's true.
Because like weekends are just they're just busy.
It's busy.
And your weekend?
Well,
your weekend was busy.
You know about my weekend.
I do. You had a ball tournament.
I did, and
Yeah.
I was running
That's
from a
right.
torrential downpour.
You had like a tornado happen.
With my wagon.
Yeah, with
It
your
slowed
wagon.
Me down.
Mental picture, Jennifer running across the baseball field, pulling her wagon. Anyway, that's kind of funny, but yeah. But
here we are.
Here we are today, and it's a semi-nice day.
I think.
Sort of, yeah.
Hopefully.
Not real hot, not real cold, but it's a semi-nice day. And we want to tell everybody that we are coming to you live from the Wall Coffee Roasters in the heart of beautiful downtown Atchison. That's right. So if you hear a lot of noise in the background,
is a lot of noise
there is
today.
today.
It's
There's a
very
lot of
busy.
meetings going on in here. So if you hear like coffee machines whirring and people talking, it's because we're live at the Wall Coffee
shop.
Roaster. And if
Yes.
you have never been to the Wall Coffee Roaster, could I just once again
Not
promote?
again.
Yeah, again, the blueberry
Oh, here
honey
we go.
flat white.
Honestly.
The best drink I've ever had. I'm not even kidding. I know some would disagree with this, but it is. It is the best drink. I don't care whether they disagree. It is the best drink. I'm just saying. It's good.
It is good.
Okay.
Okay,
Do
but
you
we're
have
not talking about that.
I know. And you don't like it when I talk about it. Is there something? What do we need to talk
Well,
about?
no, it's fine.
Okay. Well, anyway, tell us. What do we need to talk about?
Well, we need to thank some very important
Yes, we
people,
do.
which include our gold corporate sponsors, the MyShack Group of Companies,
Yep.
Genix, Parkland County, and Bow Valley Credit Union.
That's right. Without them, we would not be able to do what we do. So this is fantastic that we can do what we do because of them.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. I've never said that before, but
Well,
that
that's
just came to my mind.
Well, it was a good one.
Anyway, okay. So, hey, anything else you need to tell us?
All right, let's just get to our
Let's
guests,
get to it.
'cause
So-
I think this is going to be
Oh.
a great
I don't think it's going to
podcast.
be dull. I'll tell
No.
you that right now. This is not going to be dull.
It will not
This
be
is
dull.
not a dull podcast today. So introduce. Here we go.
Our guest today is none other than Erika Barootes.
Yes.
So welcome, Erika.
Hi, Erika.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Podcast personality, TV
She
personality,
is.
radio personality, political personality. You're it.
You're it.
I think that's how many personalities my husband thinks I have.
She's a multi-personality
Yeah.
disorder. She
Which
has
one
the
will
number.
have
That's
today?
right.
We don't know.
Who
We'll
am I
find out.
today? That's right. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and thank you for the blueberry honey flat white.
Is it not the best you've ever had? Be honest. Tell the truth and shame
It
the
is.
devil.
You know what? I'm a black coffee drinker,
Yeah.
so I went out on a limb because
Man.
I was trying to be polite to you, Cam, and then it was the return on
See?
investment was there.
There
though.
you go.
It's good. It's
I know.
good.
See, so everybody, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. But I'm glad Erika's drinking it. But I'm so glad that Erika's here today. I have had the privilege of watching Erika in action at many events, and it's just the best when she does it. She's amazing. It's unbelievable.
So let's find out
First
a
question.
little bit about Erika's story. Erika, tell us about where you were born and where you grew up.
Oh, I'm a Sasky girl.
Come on.
Yeah.
Really?
So, yeah, born and raised Regina girl.
No.
Regina.
Yeah, and then we
Okay.
had a cabin just outside, very original name, Regina Beach.
Yes.
On Last Mountain Lake. So, if anyone's from there, I did the traditional things of working at Donoval's, working at Butler's Fish and Chips, which is a hot spot.
Come
It's
on.
now the Bluebird Cafe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I grew up out there and spent all my time, graduated, and then, like many Albertans, was like, get the hell out of here, moved to Alberta, early 2000s, went to university in Calgary, and then eventually made my way to Edmonton. But
This is.
No, I feel like I'm listening to your story.
I know.
Jennifer.
I Googled Jennifer, and then I was
And
like,
you
this
knew-
is
yeah,
my life
'cause
story.
it's a
Google
good
wasn't
story,
around
isn't it?
back
Saskatchewan.
then, but you know.
Okay, what high school did you go to?
Campbell Collegiate. I'm
Who?
a South End stop.
Campbell Collegiate.
Do you know about the Campbell
Yeah, I know
Collegiate?
where it is.
Yeah, we-
What was
yeah.
what was your school mascot?
Oh, it was a tartan.
A what?
Like a tartan. Like actually.
Like a skirt?
Yeah.
You didn't have like a
was
bird
like
or a
cow
wild
tartans.
animal? Is this how? Well, I guess in
But
Saskatchewan,
if you
what
read
kind
it
of wild
backwards,
animals are there?
it's snat rat.
We're the snat rats. Go team,
Yeah, so
go.
we
Okay.
had like a big Irish guy, which
Yeah.
I'm a ginger, so
Yes.
I really identified with.
Right.
In his little skirt, painted on the wall.
Really?
Very intimidating.
And you're the Tartans. So what was the name of your high school? The
Campbell.
Campbell Collegiate Tartans.
So if you ever go to Regina, you ask people, what high school did you go to?
Yeah.
And immediately you stereotype them.
Oh,
you're North of
yeah.
Dudney,
Yes.
NOD, you're a dirty North Ender, a South End snob.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
This is kind of like Edmonton
For
a little bit,
all
but nonetheless.
140,000
Right.
thousand people that were there.
You went there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you left there and you went to Calgary.
Went to UFC alum.
UFC. What'd you
Yeah.
take?
Well, I was originally taking sciences.
Okay.
And then was like, why the hell do I have to balance a
Yeah.
chem equation? This is stupid. My requirement was to get a piece of paper. And so I was like, man, you know what I'm good at? Talking, bullshitting,
Yeah.
and having an opinion.
And?
So, poli-sci degree. Hello.
Poli-sci. Hello. Here we go. All you poli-sci grads out there.
There
just
is
Yeah.
a job for you.
That's right. There is a
There
job
is.
for you.
Hey, this is like a good pivot to what I do
Right?
now.
Yes.
But
Okay.
we'll
So
come back to
you
that.
you graduated from UFC
With a poli-sci.
Yeah.
With a poli-sci.
Yeah, it was super cool.
I just like that degree, poli-sci. What do you got, poli-sci? That's
like
kind of
you're a
cool.
fake scientist.
It's so cool. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm a scientist of poly.
Without
That's
having to
really
do
cool.
chemical
I think. Anyway, okay.
equations.
Yeah.
So you graduated poli-sci. Then what?
Well, so I always tell people, like, a poli-sci degree does not get you a job in politics. Even if you look at my resume, you might think that that was the first step. It was not.
No.
I was super cool that when my friends were pre-drinking on Thursday nights before the den, I was at a board meeting for my local constituency association. So I would have to, like, play catch up, obviously. But I would go and I'd be, like, our youth rep, and I was involved in our our conservative campus club.
Yeah.
I was there when the Wild Rose was splitting off from the PC.
yeah.
So it was very hot gossip back then. And yeah.
Gossip. So, well, yeah, it's very true. Yeah, well, constituency meetings aren't the most exciting. I'll give you that. Like,
They
Okay,
gave
but
me a lot of free stuff as a youth, though. I got to go to a lot of events.
yeah.
Free stuff is good.
I know. Yeah, well, you,
I mean,
you go to a
someone
lot
paid
of
for it,
events
but,
and
like,
somebody paid for it. Yeah,
like
that's right.
it involved people,
Yeah.
and I really did feel included. So I was on our the PCYA. I was on, which I never liked because it was like you want to sit at the big kids table.
Yeah. But you were at the youth table.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I mean,
you wanted to
my
move up.
maturity might still put me
No,
there.
that's
we're not
okay.
sure.
No, but I know the feeling. You
You'd be
just
there
want to
with
move
me.
up. Yeah.
Okay, but Erika, were
Yeah.
you always interested in politics, like growing up? Like, when was that?
Yeah, I'm like
Good
one
for
of those
you.
stereotypical kids that my family was involved. So
Oh,
my
okay.
grandpa was a senator in Saskatchewan
Really?
for Regina Capel
Okay, yeah.
under Brian Mulrooney. He was the
Okay.
head, he was chair of fundraising for the PCs there. My aunt was involved in Saskatchewan, and actually, I was in political science.
Wow.
For anyone that lives in politics, it was like
Yeah.
my friend's running for NOM, buy a membership, come
Yeah.
out to support
Yes.
her. All of these things. Her name was Jennifer Dykeu. And so, anyways, I kind of got involved in 2004 through campus clubs, through that. When I had changed degrees, I don't think I knew I was necessarily conservative,
Right.
but I didn't not know. There was
Right.
just nothing for me
Right.
based on my dad's side of the family, the Barootes side. I was very involved. And so I kind of grew up as a party kid.
Okay.
And then I worked for Ron
So
Stevens.
politics was your life?
Yeah, I did. I did
Yeah.
co-op work
So
terms
when
for
you guys sat
politicians.
around the kitchen table at home, did you talk
Oh
politics?
no, I live with my mom, and she's
Oh, okay.
quite left-leaning.
Oh, okay.
Like crystals and auras and that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. So you didn't talk
No,
any of that then.
no
So yeah.
politics. No,
you
we-
saved
we
that
still
for,
don't.
for I was gonna say. You saved,
But my aunt, who was in Calgary, really took me under her wing,
Yeah.
and kind of took me around, got me to conventions, introduced me to people. Thankfully, our last name is obviously not common, and she had a good
Right.
reputation, so
Right.
it really did help pave the way. I think I'm probably far more conservative than
Yeah.
my grandpa or my aunt are, but that's okay.
No, that's good. That's good.
And so you graduated. Mm-hmm. You did all of these things. What was your next move?
Yeah,
What-
so it
what
was do the stuff that I really loved politics, and I wanted it to be a passion. I never wanted a career in it. It was me at 22 years old. So, did a few other different jobs, kind of one degree of separation away. And then in 2011, Gary Marr was running for the PC leadership.
Right, yeah.
A bunch of my friends were getting involved with that campaign. And we were family friends with, or still are, I guess, but with Alison Redford, and obviously she was also running. But I decided to be on Gary's team.
This is like the who's who of like this is
Of
this,
the
I feel like
conservative government in Alberta.
like you know I thought I was a little ingrained in it. I realize I know nothing. This is incredible.
No, like I don't think I bleed green anymore for riders. I think it's just like Tory blue.
Oh man. So okay.
Yeah. So then, ended going from running the Calgary office to being on the bus with him, traveling with him as his executive.
On the bus.
Yeah.
Touring Alberta.
Yeah. How's that?
Oh,
being on the
this
bus?
is where I got the bug. This is where I got the bug because I went to all these places. I had no idea how vast or different because I was only in Calgary and kind of spent summers in southern Alberta, but like really didn't know Alberta.
The province,
and,
right?
and Alberta is
and on a
different,
bus,
isn't it?
with
Alberta's
someone's face
different,
on it. Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Like it's not just Calgary or Edmonton.
Yeah.
It's like
I was all the way like Fort McMurray to like Lethbridge in a week.
Yeah.
Right? And they're a long campaign.
Yeah.
Sure.
So by the end of it, obviously, I think we all know how this ends. Gary Marr gets the Jim Dinning effect, doesn't win because of the voting system. Allison wins.
Okay, here's my question.
Okay.
You spent all that time riding the bus, going all these places, and you don't win.
Well,
What does that feel like? Like obviously,
shitty.
well, yeah, I know. Okay, that was I could have
Spoiler
worded
alert.
that maybe a little bit differently. Like you've
It's still your
invested
team,
so much
though.
time.
Yeah.
Do you want to give up? Are you done with politics? Obviously not, but like.
Yeah, there's been times in my life where I've been done with politics for a hot minute, but in this case, Allison's team did a really good job of inviting the people that were kind of at the helm of each campaign or involved, and they brought us up to Edmonton. So
what was your official title?
With what?
For that
Gary's?
campaign, yeah.
Like one of the executive assistants.
Okay, yeah.
So like you travel with them.
Do everything, yeah.
And so that really exposed me to a lot because we were doing all these debate preps and policy and all like these announcements, and like Gary was go. Like he'd stand at the front of a like whoop up days in Lethbridge and hand out plates, and like the retail politician I learned from Gary Marr. He is so good at that.
Yeah.
And so anyways, we lost. I got a job offer for Edmonton, so that's when I moved up here, or up. Not here, but you know, northern, up the QE2.
Yeah, up the QE.
I hate when people say they're going up to Calgary, and I'm like, no, it's down.
It's down. Yeah, exactly.
She's not wrong.
No, she's not wrong. It is down to Calgary.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, if you don't know Alberta, folks, because people listen all over the world, we're up, they're down. That's as simple as that.
We're north, they're south.
Yeah, we're north, they're south.
Like,
okay.
And playoffs, same thing.
Well,
we're up, they're down.
That's right. Well, ain't that
They're
the
out.
truth?
They're out.
Okay, on that note, who are you cheering? Are you Edmonton?
Yeah.
Are you cheering for Edmonton?
Yeah.
Okay, good. No, that's no. I have to ask because what if you were like cheering for like
Florida?
For Florida?
Oh no.
Then it'd be like, well, this is over. Thanks for coming. But anyway, it'd be like, okay, it's been nice.
The only thing we discussed before was like you are an Oilers fan.
That's right. We don't have non-Oiler fans on the. Okay, so anyway,
I'm not a huge fan, but I like love this. This is so exciting.
Wait, you're not a huge fan? No, okay. Well, we'll leave that for after the podcast. Okay. Anyway, so you move up to Edmonton.
Move up to Edmonton, work for Thomas Lukasik. So I learned a lot there. He was the Minister of Education.
I can see the look on Cam's face right now.
Pardon me.
Maybe this is when I doubled down on my conservative values because I was like, "You, sir, are not a conservative."
I'm not going to say what I'm about to say.
I still reference that.
Wait, are you married yet? But at this time? Are you married
currently?
already?
I think as of this morning.
No.
When I left my house,
it was a great weekend in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. No, at this time, at this juncture
in your life,
in your career, are you married?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was like moving up here, doing my thing. One of my best friends and I moved up here together.
Right.
He worked in Premier's office, as did I later on.
Yes,
so I went from Thomas Lukasik's office, where basically I stole his cell phone and hid it so he couldn't call media outlets. Very, very invigorating role. And then
if Elections Alberta is listening, we have nothing to do with this. No. Okay, so anyway.
This was not during an election. Then I was on tour. I traveled to the province again. I really like Alberta.
Yeah.
Traveled the province for Alison Redford in the general election. I'm still friends with those people to this day. We still have a tour team for life group chat. Like, these are where best friends are made in politics.
Yeah,
and if I can say the ebbs and flows of losing, winning, these people, you're in the trenches.
Friends are friends forever.
Exactly. Yeah. And so, we barely won that one, and that was in 2012.
Yeah.
Then I got moved in. I was director of caucus for the Whip's office. Then I got pulled into Premier's office and was in her communication shop. And so I kind of had like this, pretty good trajectory for a 22. But you know what I didn't? Do you know what they do though at the legislature? Spoiler alert for people, is that Yeah, just had to segue that one.
All you wide-eyed young ladies out there who are thinking, I want to do this, it's about to end right now. It's going to be over right now.
This is a piece of advice that I was given is like, be higher, like there's the shrubs, raise above the shrubs, but don't be as high as like a dandelion because you can get chopped with the weed whacker.
This is I've never heard this analogy, although I was, because of my height, called a shrub a lot, but this is unbelievable. This is good.
We're learning a lot.
That's right. Don't be a shrub and don't be a dandelion.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
just be somewhere in the middle.
In the middle,
like,
yeah.
Head down, work hard, and I escalated. But then I was like 26 telling a bunch of 40, 50-year-old people what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this broad? Like,
Yeah.
what is she doing? And I think a lot of times it's overpaid, underqualified is really what they say in politics. So
All right,
had
so
that experience.
Here again, for the taxpayers listening, we just want to say, you heard it here. Everything you believe to be true, overpaid, underqualified.
Hey,
Okay,
listen,
yeah.
I had passion, and that's what you
No,
gotta have
yes.
in
No, I
politics.
agree.
No,
you have to have passion.
Yeah.
No,
and
because
I worked my butt off. Don't
yeah,
I had
no,
you
you're,
had no
you're
life.
a doer.
No.
You're
Yeah,
a doer.
no life whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
I
you're
didn't
a
have any
doer.
friends outside the building. Didn't really get to know Edmonton, and then all of a sudden my boss resigned, and I had to help with a resignation speech. So then my life got flipped.
Yeah, how does
upside
that
down.
feel? Like, because you're
Yeah.
This
you're
is what I
basically
like.
writing your
Bullshit.
own resignation speech.
Yeah, it
You're
was-
not writing his. You're
Yeah.
writing your own, right?
Yes,
Sort
I
of.
feel like no, it's true.
Yeah.
But you just like you don't even think about that.
Right.
You're just in survival mode, and it was
the
so
moment.
toxic.
Right.
For people that watched it, I think they look back and
Yeah.
you know, there's lots of thoughts about was it fair, was it just, is it the
I
same
know.
if it was today? All of these things. Either way,
Yeah.
it was almost like a sigh of relief because I felt like being there and watching, you know, caucus members and
Yeah.
people say one thing to her face and almost like a sitcom, like turn around
Turn around.
and
But-
it's like you're off camera and you just say
Right.
horrific
But that's
things.
politics, right?
Oh,
That's
isn't it?
politics.
This was a whole different level though. Like
Yeah.
even in all like 20 years, I've seen a lot.
Yeah.
And I still remember that as the biggest turnoff of how team sports are played.
Right.
Like I grew up
So-
playing team sports. This was
Yeah.
not it. It
Okay,
was so horrible.
so let me ask you then. At
Yeah.
that time, watching this unfold, did
Yeah.
you think like, I'm not
I'm
doing
outta
this?
here.
This is
Yeah, I was so happy
Yeah.
to be severed.
Right.
Like I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I hate this and I don't want to do
Right.
this. And then I was like, oh, I'll go work in fashion and I'll go work in all these other things. I'll start my own fitness business. And so I really tried to stay away from politics.
Right.
And then naturally kind of in that process.
You're a
'cause-
runner, right?
Yeah.
You run.
Yeah.
Marathons.
Yes. I haven't ran one in a long time,
Okay.
but I do run
But you-
halves
yeah.
and 10Ks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
I was at the track this morning.
Were you?
Yeah.
Running.
Running circles.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I go to the
ovals.
track, but I just watch. But anyway, I'm just saying, I just like.
That sounded
and-
creepy.
Oh, see, I just forget anyway. So okay, so
I got wet.
It just the hot dogs are good at the hot dog stand.
God.
Anyways,
Stop.
okay, so I'm
Can
just
you
saying.
mute his mic?
No, you can't.
No, it's too late.
Yeah.
All right, so you're thinking of quitting,
Yep.
but what happens?
Then I joined the Wild Rose, and I was very involved. Like, not
Right.
really very involved.
So
I
if
should
you're
say,
not
but-
from Alberta, if you're listening to us somewhere in the world, the Wild Rose was another political party that started in the
That
province of
split off.
Alberta.
Yeah.
That split
So
off. It was a split off.
Everyone
yeah.
was members of the Progressive Conservative. There was discontent in the early
Right.
2000s. They fractured it to be more of a right-wing party, more focused on
Right.
free enterprise, a little bit more libertarian
Yeah.
values. And then, so I went there. And by that time, the Progressive Conservatives, many would argue, kind of was a very centrist party. And so, but then Jason Kenney came along.
Right.
And he merged those two parties.
Right.
Very, very fast forward. 'Cause
Yes.
It's not about Jason Kenney today.
No,
it's
no,
about
yeah,
me.
yeah.
And so, the
Do you know who one of our guests was? Remember Brody Olson?
Yes.
Brody was a big Wild
Brody
Rose.
Brody was
Yeah.
one of the presidents of Rutherford when I
Right.
ran for
Yes,
party
that's
president.
right. We had Brody on
And
the
he
show.
had me into his house. He has
Yeah.
meetings at his house, and he
Yeah,
plays
that's
the
what he told.
violin.
Remember, he
that's
told
that.
us that
He
he
plays
played
the
his
piano
violin.
and the violin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yes,
played
yes,
his
yes.
violin on our show. Just,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
If you've never listened to that pod, you should. Anyway,
Okay,
so
I'm
yeah.
gonna go listen to it.
Yeah.
He's very good.
He was,
He
oh
did-
yeah, he's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I ran for president because
Of the Wild Rose Party?
No, of the
or the
UCP.
constituency.
No, the
Oh,
UCP, the whole thing.
Okay.
The whole
The
thing.
whole deal?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it won
But I
too.
thought
How do
you
you
were
not
Wild
know
Rose. I'm so confused.
that? Okay. I said Jason Kenney
Right.
merged the party.
Oh, okay.
Merged.
We're at the merge
We're at
point.
the merge
30
Yeah, okay.
seconds
Skipped
ago,
ahead.
Yeah.
when you go back to your timestamps, 30 seconds ago.
It's short attention span.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so.
fair. So the two parties merged. Then there's obviously an election. there's a lot of details to make a party merge.
Right,
It doesn't
right.
just happen, but
Yeah.
For lack of time, the two parties merged. We had a founding AGM. I ran against two other individuals for party president, meaning of the whole thing, the whole province,
Right.
because I
Yeah.
love this province.
Yes.
And I won.
You won.
Yeah.
That's right.
So as the
You were
founding president.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I probably, if you are a member of the UCP, I probably asked you for money at some point in time.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But
Or I
we won't
still
get
do,
into that.
actually.
So, okay, you still do. Yeah, I got my little blue card. Anyway, that was kind of cool.
Sustaining donor.
All right. I did. I got my little. At first, I thought it was like I was pre-approved for a credit card.
well.
And then I realized I was pre-approved to give more money.
I guess.
Anyway,
And which one do you find more valuable?
that's other podcasts for another day. All right. So,
So you were president, and then where did that take you?
Yeah, so we won an election. Party was on a high. I decided not to run, and actually I was trying to get into the reserves. And because I, on my medical, passed everything else, like I used my running, my aptitude, like I felt a good candidate. And you know, like if we're going to war,
you were going to be
I
in the
am
reserves.
someone
Really?
Yeah, that's
Really?
what I was trying to do. I didn't get in.
But why? How come?
Because so on the medical form they'll just red flag stuff,
No.
and I had said that I had taken antidepressants once
Right, yeah.
in my life.
But
Post
why
2020,
did
who
you
I
want to
didn't,
be in the
but-
reserves?
Because I think that I know that when I was serving as president, it made me really love my province
Yeah.
and service above self and all of those types
Right,
of things
right.
that I was like, how can I do more?
Okay.
And I like being frontline, like as much as being president, but in that time it was the founding, role of
Yeah,
a party.
yeah.
You're really in the trenches, for lack of a better
Right,
term.
right,
And
yeah.
so I was like, how could I do this?
That's cool.
Yeah, and so but then I didn't
You
get
could
in.
have like driven a
And then-
tank or something.
Yeah, well, that's if you
Yeah.
get accepted.
Yeah.
I did not.
You did.
And they said, "Oh, you can fight it," and I was like, "You know what?
Yeah, you don't want me?
It's like begging an ex-boyfriend to take you back. Like, no,
Right.
thank you."
No.
Like,
Okay.
This is great.
like you don't want me? Bye.
We were just talking about that this morning. You don't want me? I'm out. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they said,
Okay.
you can fight it. You go through this. They just red flag it because of this and that. And I said, well, that's a problem with
Yeah.
the system. And so I met a few gents, oh my goodness, who am I? I met a few guys that told me about this process, and they said, well, it's just it's bureaucrats and they just go through this
Yeah.
form. But then they told me about the challenges with when people leave their service to get under Veterans
Right,
Affairs.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
huge gap there, about
Yeah.
2 to 3 months, where sometimes you can't get your supports, and that's like when you're going into
Right.
PTSD
Right.
and AWOL and integration back into
Society,
civility.
yeah.
Civilization. And so it's like, I would say probably your most critical time besides like when you're in service,
Yeah.
right? For
sure.
this time where they've already served, and why are we not supporting them better? And so then I kind of carried that on as I was working in other places, and then decided to run for Senate.
Yes.
And so put my name
Okay.
on a ballot once
Yep.
internally, was like, you know what, let's go province-wide.
Right.
And in Alberta, for listeners, we do elect our senates. And we were doing it almost 4 years ago in the municipal
Right,
elections.
yep.
So you get an additional ballot where you could vote for a senator, which in theory gets proposed to the Prime Minister and
Yeah.
the Governor General.
Right.
And they would appoint based
Yes.
on
Right.
that slate.
Yes.
Yes.
Not so much the case when you have a liberal
Yeah. Right.
Trudeau government. However, I still did it because, again, it gave me
Sure.
an opportunity to travel the province,
Yeah.
talk to Albertans who
Make
are the
a
most wonderful
statement.
people in the whole
Yep.
world. Yeah, advocate for things that
Yes,
matter to me,
absolutely.
like this need for a new program, or
Yeah.
more supports for those who served our country, and just general advocacy for Alberta.
Yeah. And you won?
The new one.
I did.
Yeah.
Technically first
So
solicitor. We
you're,
went
I
over
like the
this.
term, you're a senator in waiting.
Yes, and then
I
I,
like
just
that.
say senator in waiting longer, because they've
Yeah.
all been appointed
Longer,
in
yes.
the
Right.
16th.
So we
were
should call
appointed.
you Senator Erika Barootes.
Well, I've tried to also rebrand it to Senator-elect, because it
Ah,
sounds
okay, yeah,
it
yeah.
does.
Senator-elect,
more formal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So either one you'd prefer.
I think that's, well, I just think it's cool. We're sitting here with a senator.
I know, it is pretty
Don't you
cool.
think that's cool?
I
think
agree.
that-
I think it's
we've
fantastic.
never had a senator
No,
on
this
the
is a
show.
first.
This is unbelievable. Okay, so let's just talk about Erika for a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've done, this is amazing. You've done all these amazing things.
Oh, thank you.
You're married.
Yeah.
Children?
I have 2 stepkids. 11 and 14.
11 teenagers almost. Well,
Yeah,
one's
they're
a
two
teenager.
girls.
Two
It's
girls?
quite a journey.
And what do they think of their mom? Like, you're just can they keep up with you? Like, you're on fire.
Like, sometimes they bike while I run. Does that count?
bike
And they complain anyway.
They bike while I run. Come on, kids, keep up. Let's go. Okay, yeah, okay.
I hope, because
Yeah.
we only have them on the weekends.
Right.
They're with their mom and stepdad the rest of the time.
Right.
That they just see, like, I get up early to go for runs. I do a bunch of stuff that
Yeah.
like, I try and show them that you can do a lot in 24
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to take power naps, but otherwise there's
Power
a lot
naps.
that you can do. And if you believe in
great role
something,
model.
Yeah.
And it's like not really jamming it down their throats.
No,
I
no.
hope.
Yeah, just live by example,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
And it's just like, you know what? Let's
How long
go,
have you been
go,
married?
go. 5 years. Over 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And your husband, he does.
He has an insurance brokerage.
Okay.
I can't tell you more than that because I don't really know. No, he started his own. It's just insurance is really hard to understand.
If Erica's
Everyone wants to
husband
talk
is
about-
listening, feel free to reach
politics.
out to us and tell us the name of your brokerage firm, and we'll put it on the air. I promise. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but I
He
have
does
to.
a lot of risk management. Like he's
Okay.
very good at what he
Well-
does.
Oh,
so much
yeah.
so much could be said right there, but I'll just stop. Okay.
Managing
No, I'm
me?
not saying nothing. I'm just saying.
Are you calling me a liar?
No.
Okay, but Erika, we have to talk about your podcast now.
Yes.
So tell us about the podcast and how that came to be, because we were chatting about that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the story's
It
fascinating.
is cool. Yeah. You started a podcast.
Yeah, so, which isn't easy.
No.
I'll just say, like,
Yeah.
give you guys credit. It is
Yeah.
more work than people think.
It
It's also
is.
really, really fun.
It is.
So,
It's a blast.
It is.
it doesn't feel like work sometimes, but,
No.
you know. Anyways, so yeah, I did all of this political stuff. I was working as principal secretary for Premier Danielle Smith and on her transition team. Known her for a long time,
Yep.
obviously, and she said, you have experience, would you come and be on my team, of like how government works and premier's
Right.
offices and politics, and you know the party better than most people
Right.
as founding president. So brought that on, and she was very helpful for me during my Senate campaign when
Sure.
she was with AEG, and so it was-
AEG?
Yep.
Sorry.
Are they a sponsor?
No, I'm
They
a
should
board
be.
member.
I know you are.
On
but,
the
like,
AG.
are
They should be a sponsor.
We've
That's
had
a
to
good
be.
point.
Catherine on the podcast.
We've had Catherine on the podcast. Anyway, sorry, we're diverting. But anyway,
Well,
no.
Catherine,
Okay.
if you're listening, you should sponsor that and the Discourse.
Thank you for
She's
that.
a big fan of the Discourse too. But you got to split the proceeds
split the
between the two
proceeds.
of us.
Split the proceeds. $10 for them, $10 for us. Okay.
Well, we get the first
Yeah.
because it was my idea, Kim.
$20 for them, $5 for us. Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
And so so Cheryl Oates, who I do my podcast with, worked for Rachel Notley. So if you're picking up anything, is she's on the left, I'm on the right.
She's NDP.
She is.
You're
very-
conservative.
Very much so.
Okay.
And during the election, somehow we were both in the war room, which means we were on the core campaign team. She was traveling with Rachel, and I was managing issues, which, if you watched this last election, I was very busy. But
Yeah,
in addition to
few
that
issues,
opportunity
yeah.
and gift, her and I started doing Power in Politics on Fridays before the election, as kind of it's a national, it was a national feature that they did about the Alberta election. And so she and I came on. I would come with my highlight of the week. And then she'd be able to use some key messages and push back on me about, like, how I'm misleading people or whatever,
Right,
and
yeah.
vice versa. So, really challenge each other and kind of stick it to you, but in a respectful kind of way, in a structure that I think actually was very fair. And so we started doing that, and then all of a sudden we started getting over the election, like, requests. Hey, we've asked Cheryl, would you be on? Or we've asked Erika, would you be on? So her and I, during an election, like in enemy territory,
enemy
territory.
texting
Yeah.
each other, being like, so do we want to do this? Do we want to do this interview? Do we want to go on it? And
It was very similar to us. That was like, anyway,
that's not the story I heard.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so we went through all of that, and we ended up being, like, we just joke, like, unofficial spokespeople for our parties, because everyone really liked this dynamic duo. And I think we were talking about this before we started filming or recording, was that you've got two women running for premier. Either way, you're getting a female premier. One being returning, and one was premier and now is getting a mandate from Alberta. It's like kind of a cool scenario. And then two very... I can only speak for very strong, opinionated women, and Cheryl and I, that knew both of our leaders quite well and our parties.
Right.
And so they would have us on, And I think it was just like probably a cool reflection for people to have.
Yeah.
These two leaders with two females spokespeople kind of advocating for the party and the brand. So basically, it got to the point that both campaigns were only putting the two of us up, only putting us up together.
Right.
We did a good job. It's pretty fair, right? Like,
yeah.
Cheryl's a former journalist.
Yes.
So we call ourselves, someone told us this, it was actually Ryan Jesperson, that I'm Don Cherry and she's Ron McLean.
She's Ron McLean.
And I was like, and so he told us that,
I love
and I was
it.
like, that is so true. And
Yeah.
he's like, I thought you'd be insulted by that. I'm like, no, I think that's
I think that's
hilarious.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
Yeah.
We both listened to the podcast, and I would concur.
I love it,
Yeah.
actually.
I know. I was like, that's a compliment.
No, I love it. As
I mean,
a
I
bit
hope
of
I
a
don't get canceled like he did.
yeah.
But,
No.
you know.
Well,
I could.
just-
I would be.
No, you
it just
were on
takes
TV.
it just
You're
takes
fine.
one
You're fine.
short statement and
Yeah.
you're done. So that's all. That's
Hey, I've
all
been
it
kicked
takes.
off running groups.
Yeah.
Like lost my Lululemon
That's different at the
ambassadorship for
track.
being conservative.
That's
So I
different,
guess that's
yeah.
kind of the same.
Well, yeah, I don't know, but anyways,
Free tight
okay.
pants
So
versus
you do
a
your
whole career.
podcast. I think it's great.
Yeah.
What's
So
the name of it?
It's called The Discourse.
Okay,
and
so
we're
people-
on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast.
Right. So people
Take a listen
gotta
to
listen.
the discourse.
Okay, we're at 30.
Okay, can I talk
Already?
really quick about one other thing that's very important?
Yes.
And I'm going to because the microphone is still on. I also
That's
launched...
a first right there. Because I don't even want to turn her off because I'm scared. I'm scared.
Putting it in my time
I'm
cam.
scared to turn her off. I just got to say I am. Okay.
So I did build an Applied Politics and Public Affairs 2-year diploma program that's recognized by Advanced Education.
Yes. Okay.
And it is basically what I wish my poli-sci degree taught me.
Right.
What I wish I learned in my entire career in
Right,
politics,
right.
how to run campaigns, how to do stakeholder management, how to do, comms in
Right,
politics,
yeah.
influence public policy,
sure.
how a bill is passed, how our system works or doesn't work at a federal system. All of these types of things, and it's to teach people, should you be interested in getting into
Okay.
politics,
That's
public
really
affairs,
cool. No, that's-
advocacy.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
existed.
Well, it's a good thing you guys asked me
No.
that.
Good thing you didn't cut her off, Cam.
Can I just? Okay. No, because I'm like this much into politics. You're like this much into politics.
For
and
the
I'm-
listeners,
and I'm
he
like,
gave
yeah, that's right.
a
Who can
thimble
see?
to
Okay.
his arms extended,
I'm like,
like a
I'm
bird
like, that's
spanning
right.
its wings.
Okay. And it was like for me, it was like baptism by fire. It was like,
Yeah. That's for me too.
yeah.
lot.
So this is fat.
I had a science behind
Yeah,
it.
you have a poli-science, a poly. So okay, so you teach this course?
So we did the pilot in January in
Yeah.
person, realized that we need to make it online because there was interest
I
actually
bet.
from
Come on,
all
online.
parties.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, so I just launched the second pilot in May. We're
Yeah.
doing it all online. I've met with political parties across Canada. I've
Yeah.
been speaking at conferences about it because it teaches, whether you want to run someday
Right.
or you want to run campaigns or you just want to know more about politics or you have a business
Where
and you
do
want to learn
people
how to
find this?
advocacy campaign,
Yeah.
advocacy, lobby, influence
Right.
community, grassroots organizations,
Right.
any of that.
Where
So-
do people find this?
yeah, so if you go to MaKamiCollege.com,
MaKamiCollege.com,
and we
okay.
have 2 campuses in Edmonton and Calgary.
Right.
But again, this program is in the evenings and online, meant for people that work full time
Yeah,
that
yeah.
want to just use this to either upskill
wow.
or make a career change or are coming out of, like I was at the homeschoolers
Yeah.
convention on Saturday, individuals that are young and involved in their community
Wow.
and want to be able to
That
get a
leaves me
credential.
out, but if I had known that 2 years ago, but she just said young, so I'm done. But anyways, I would. That's
the threshold, 2 years.
what. I just saying. But anyway, that's fast.
We have-
That's amazing.
Like it's for adults, mature students. We
It's
call
just
them.
like grade
Mature
niners are
students,
doing
yeah.
really good with it. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so if you go and you check out the Applied
Yeah.
Politics and Public Affairs, my
Check that
LinkedIn,
for
I always
people,
post about it.
because we
Yeah.
need good people in politics this day and age. No, I'm being serious about that.
Yeah.
I really believe we really have to do a bit of a 180. Well, I'm careful, but we need some really good people
Yeah.
in politics.
And it doesn't matter, like I said, I have Cheryl's teaching a course.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
teaching, so we've got people from the
Right.
left, the center, the right. We do everything from like finding what ideology or
Yeah.
values and beliefs you have as an exercise to the biggest thing I think that I'm really excited about is that we teach people to understand their own bias and
Wow.
not getting
Yeah.
groupthink and how you can
Right.
learn from other
So
perspectives.
nonpartisan.
Hyper-partisan.
Hyper-partisan? Okay.
Because it's
Yeah,
like,
I like
we,
that.
we embrace what
Yeah.
your values and beliefs, but it's recognizing
think
your
that's
bias
fantastic.
and being open to other perspectives.
Good for you.
And
Good for you guys
contrasting
doing that. I think
Yeah.
that's
I do too.
fantastic. I
So-
really do.
The road show I just took you on of my journey led somewhere.
Yeah.
And it was to like hopefully
that.
teach
To that.
more
The commercial
people.
at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, no. All right, so we have one more. We're way over time. So
Everyone's
hang in there with
loving
us,
it,
folks.
they're fine.
We're way over time, but hang in there with us. Don't drive off the road. Just hang in there with us.
No. Okay, one final question.
Because we ask every guest, all 50,
2, did we say?
multiple.
multiple,
Over
52,
50.
over 50.
Yes.
We ask every guest this
Okay,
question.
Erika, best piece of advice you've been given, either personally or professionally, that you carry with you to this day.
Learn everyone's name on the way up because you're going to pass them on the way out.
Wow.
That was from Gary Marr.
That is, learn everybody's name on the way up because you're going to pass them on the way out.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
I can still name the names of the people that watered our flowers at the legislature. And
Yeah.
it's very important. Everyone has a role.
Love it.
I love it. I love it.
Is that the best one you've ever had?
Well, pretty close. I'm gonna say no. That's pretty
good.
close because I don't remember people's names, so I have to take. I have to do that anyway. Wow. Okay. Well, we're like 5 minutes over.
That's okay. 5 is okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And this has been. I'm not gonna say I'm exhausted, but I'm tired. I'm not tired, but this has been incredible. Yeah.
Have a blueberry
honey latte.
Flat white.
Flat white.
This has been incredible. We could go on, and I could listen to you forever because
too.
you always intrigue me. Yes, but you get the privilege of doing that. You can just get in the car and listen to yourself all the way home. But anyways, it's incredible what you're doing, and thank you for taking the time.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks,
No, it's really
everybody.
fun.
Exhausted. It's unbelievable. But you know what? What a great insight into what it's really like.
In politics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Erika does that just straight up.
There, no filters.
No
straight up.
filters, no BS. This is the way it is.
That's right.
Yeah, she really does that. So yeah, a lot of fun. Great person. Erika's amazing, and I'm glad she's around because she's one of those people who calls it as it is, and I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Need that in
it
politics.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for listening. Hey, make sure you tell your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors. If you don't have any friends, make one so you can tell them about the podcast. Even tell your enemies and
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Because you don't want to miss an episode.
That's right. You don't want to miss this one, and you don't want to miss the upcoming ones.
Exactly.
Because they're all awesome. So thank you for listening, everybody. Hope you have a great week.
Thanks. We'll see you next week.
See you next time. Bye-bye.